Hello and welcome. Hold.
Hello,
Not
technical
welcome.
difficulties.
Hello. Hang on. Wait for it, everyone. And then we turn that on. There we go. Hi, world.
The
Welcome.
wonders of live TV,
The
or not
wonders
TV.
of live stream, yes. Welcome back to Explorers of Elsewhere's 2025 Gaming for Good charity live stream. Hello, hi, I am DM Dan. These beautiful faces accompanying me we're all part of the Explorers of Elsewhere, a channel here on YouTube and on Twitch. Hello if you're just joining us for the first time. Hello again if you're returning from our previous games. This is the third game of our 7 that we're playing today to raise money for 1625 Independent People, a youth homelessness charity based here in the southwest of the UK, in Bristol. They do incredible work helping young people experiencing homelessness. We are chugging away on the donations. We've already raised £310. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. We've already blown through one of the kind of like stretch goals. It's not a stretch goal, it's just a goal. £250. I was required to eat 2.5 whole lemons, and I did it. I regret it, but I did it. The next step on our journey to making my life hell is at £500. So £190 from here. £500, I will do a shot of hot sauce. And for context, I over-peppered a soup last weekend and I struggled. So that's going to make for good watching. But yes, we have a number of donations ready for this game. I'll quickly run through those before I hand over to our Games Master for this, Chris. If you donate £5 or £10, you give us a re-roll for a success or a failure. If anyone donates £20, then oh dang, a complication happens. And if you donate £40, oh dang, another Bigfoot appears. And we'll work that out as and when. So yes, definitely get involved in chat. There's quite a few of us in here. I'm really pleased to see you along the way. If you have the capacity, please donate what you can to 1625. It's all for an incredible cause. So with that all said, this way. Hi, Chris.
I get to look down.
What is it that we're doing today?
We are playing a game, Dan, called Oh Dang! Bigfoot Stole My Car with My Friend's Presents in It, or something along those lines. That's it. With my friend's birthday present in it. It's using the Lasers and Feelings system, where everything is D6 based, so we won't be rolling anything other than D6s today. And we will kind of like, I think we just jump straight in and we meet our characters like straight on, if that's okay with you, Dan.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we just kind of like jump in. So we had like a little think about like where this is set. We're going to set this somewhere in the UK. I was going to set it in somewhere like Minnesota. I don't know Minnesota. It was just felt fun to me. And I've got my Bigfoot gloves on. Because why not? They're incredibly small. So we open on a bright, beautiful morning, and the sun is shining, the birds are singing. You've all gathered at somebody's house, ready to make the trip towards your friend's birthday party, which is happening in the next couple of hours. My first question is, whose house are we at?
I reckon it's our collective line manager, Phil. Like, it Phil's one of those line managers where like none of us really like him, but we know that it's more hassle than it's worth if we don't come to his like mandatory fun party. despite the fact that we already had plans to go to our friend's birthday party.
Great. You're all there standing outside Phil's house, like wondering why you came here first. Like mandatory, you came to Phil's house before like deciding to go to the party. It was a weird decision. It's been a very busy day. You've all been trying to find presents. So let's meet our characters first of all, and I'm going to ask you to introduce your characters and ask you what present you brought to the party. I'm also going to ask you how or what your relationship is with this specific friend that you're going to go and see, whose birthday it is. So let's kind of gather that information. Let's start with Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hi.
Would you like to introduce your character to us?
Well, yes. My name is Terence. I am very good at my job, which is accounting. And I bought our friend a Rubik's Cube. But get this, it doesn't actually turn and it's squishy. Ha! Amazing.
A plushy Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay.
Because
great.
it's really infuriating that it doesn't turn, but then it squishes. Ha!
And as far as I understand, Terence is the navigator of the group.
Correct.
Really good at Google Maps or something.
I'm really good at numbers, which include latitude, longitude, coordinates.
Great. And how do you know this friend? What's your relationship with them? Tell me a good historic fact.
We are best friends because he seems to share the same interests as me, and we have we've spoken about. Well, I've spoken about my interests at great length with him at the water cooler, and he stood there for the whole 3 hours. It was incredible. Everyone else just leaves.
That sounds like a strong relationship we have.
Yeah, we are bezies.
Bezies. Great. I'm going to continue around clockwise on via the stream. JC, hi. Could you introduce your characters to us? Tell us what role they have. Tell us what present you bought, and what your relationship is with this particular friend.
So my name is Kitty. I'm a junior events coordinator. And I'm just sort of a kooky, wacky girl. Like I like to wear odd socks to the office. I'm the funny friend. That's my role in the group. I'm always trying to lighten the mood. And I bought. It's like Cards Against Humanity style game, and it's called "You Dropped Your Gay Card." And it's going to be really funny when he opens it. Great.
And tell me like a piece of history between you and this friend.
I'm like his work wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. He gets you coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I got it. I love that. Thank you, Kitty. I appreciate that very much. Nate, hi.
Hello.
Could you introduce your character to us and tell us their name, their role in the whole scheme of this batch of friends, and what present you're bringing, and how a piece of history. But if you forget some of that, come back to me.
So Stevie is a pretty stocky, short, leather-cladded woman. She works in the post room in the office, so everyone kind of knows her but doesn't really know her. She's just sort of there and about, but everyone knows that she is quite an intimidating figure despite her size of about 4'5". She works there part-time because her other job is being a tour bus and a driver and a roadie for the band Latex Leopard. And the reason why she knows the friend is because he is also a big fan of Latex Leopard, and she has been able to get him the the pick from the latest gig from the lead guitarist Tommy Duvet.
Tommy Duvet.
Tommy Duvet.
It's not important, but just for my own kind of sustenance. Has the pick been used?
Oh, the pick's been used. Definitely.
Okay. That instantly increases the value on eBay.
Of course. She wouldn't get him anything less. And so she's obviously the driver of the group.
Great, cool. And we know what history it is you have with this person, so that's great. You're obviously big fans of Latex Leopard, and that is your collaboration. Rob, hi Rob. Could you introduce your character to us?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Phil. Obviously, we're all convening at my house because we're all friends here. And I was invited to part of the group because, I'm the line manager here, but, outside of work, we hang out sometimes. Sometimes I'm not invited, but this time I am invited. I kind of invited myself a little bit. But anyways, we're all going to the party. Yeah, I've actually got our friend some corporate branded bed sheets, so that'll be good. He'll like those. He really puts in the effort at work, and so I'm trying to bring that into his personal life, so we can really sort of move forward in a positive direction.
Grand. Did you personally hire this friend, or did you know this friend before you hired them? Let's put it that way. Have you hired them?
Well, no, but I think a stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet, and so obviously I met him in the interview room. We got on. I could tell that we were going to be friends, we've met well, at least 3 times since. So yeah, I'd say we're pretty close.
Okay, great. My theory is that this friend works mostly remotely, apart from when they're not remote, and then that's when Terrence gets hold of them and talks to them a lot by the water cooler. Great. With that, I will quickly figure out what it is. So, like, you're kicking out at Phil's place, and Phil's got this sweet ride that he's bought for you all. A nice kind of like 5-person like people's mobile, sort of lovely wagon that you could fit easily 7 people in, easily 7, but like right then. And then you're
fine if you put the seats down, but it's a bit of a squeeze. And
exactly. By that time, like you're all standing around, like kicking out the Barbie, like hanging around by the water cooler. Terrence is kind of talking at everybody, not to everybody, at everybody.
So the amazing thing about the Hadron Collider is
when all of a sudden you hear a screeching noise and you see this people's mobile like screech out of the driveway and down the road, and sitting in the driver's seat you see this large hairy person at the steering wheel. Phil, you think it might be Jeff, who's your neighbor, who's an incredibly hairy man. And you think
bloody Jeff. I suspected it. Oh, he's stolen my car again.
This is maybe a common occurrence. But you realize, oh, dang, Bigfoot stole my car with my friend's presence in it. So with that in mind...
I will interject, Chris, off the back of the last game. The wonderful Antonia donated £20. So we're going to roll that straight into an immediate complication.
Okay, great. Cool. I will take note of that and I will run it into the story. Great. Okay. Grand. I love that. So I will quickly work out what Bigfoot wants to do. Okay. I'm just going to write this down. Bear with me. There will be a short delay while I figure out what Bigfoot wants to do. I didn't want to do this before the stream because that would be cheating.
In the meantime, Phil is boring everyone with the current company stock price. Oh, yeah, we went up from 151 to 152, you see. So if I sold my shares now, I'd make at least £300. which I mean, in the grand scheme of things, given the investing I've been doing over years, is not that great. But I'm sure they're going to go up a lot more. You see, it's the boom of AI.
As you're being bored by this, you notice like that actually Jeff's car, which is like next door to you, is this 3-wheeler, weird-looking vehicle that you probably think you could all fit in, but you know that Jeff is like a bit of a kind of a car fanatic, and you know he's put on a big fat exhaust, so like whenever he parks it, it's like really loud and it wakes you up at 3 a.m. whenever he drives in. So you realize this, and you all decide collectively as a unit to steal this car and give chase for your presence.
Stevie would like to look at this car and go like, no, that ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Right. Leave it with me. We've got to take this car, but we're going to take it. I'm going to tell you where we're going to take it. So she's going to drive us to a different location to get something a bit better.
So you think?
It would be
that sounds
it would be really funny though if we all piled into this car. It'd be so funny. It'd be like Only Fools and Horses. Did you remember that? I used to watch it with my parents when I was a child. It's like Del Boy's car, isn't it? It's so funny.
Yeah, you're getting in the back.
I wasn't allowed to watch Only Fools and Horses. It was always past my bedtime.
You're also getting in the back.
If this is a Reliant Robert, there's only back.
That means Phil has shotgun. That means you got Phil for a shotgun.
Yes.
Grand. Okay.
It's fiddling with the radio, but just putting like the like political news on. Oh yeah, now we're talking.
So vibing out to it. Nate, could you please like roll me a roll? Could you like, so how we do this is we roll 1d6 to see how it goes. We roll one more d6 if you're prepared, and one more d6 if you're an expert. So that's potentially 2. I'd class you as an expert.
Yeah.
Potentially, but you're not prepared for this by any means.
I'm not prepared for this. So yeah, I would say 2. Yeah, what are we aiming more towards? Because I would say I'm going to be doing some pretty skillful driving.
Are you being patient or are you being reckless?
I think I'm being reckless.
Okay.
I want to get out of this car as soon as possible. So I'm being reckless.
You want to roll over your number.
Cool. Let's go for it. I've got a 3 and a 5, which is definitely over my number.
Okay, great. You all pile into the car and then you shut the doors and you screech off into the distance, making like leaving tire tracks. And actually you find that the car is more loud than it is fast. It's just loud. It's not fast at all. You notice like in the back of the car, there is a sausage dog. There is Jeff's sausage dog in the back of the car, who sleeps there usually. That's usually his place to be. However, you realize that instead of being able to kind of like get into this car, so wherever it is that you're heading, you are successful in going where you're going. You realize you're trapped in the car. You can't get out. This is the complication.
The doors don't open.
The doors don't open
just have like a child lock or something on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie, I appreciate you sticking to the speed limits, but I'd also appreciate if you'd let us out.
Listen,
I get very wary in closed spaces, Stevie.
I'm gonna, if you don't mind me rolling again, I'm gonna give like a good old kick to one of the doors.
That
reckless again.
Sounds reckless.
Yeah. I will just do a 1 because I don't feel like it's very smooth.
You're certainly not prepared.
And I'm certainly not prepared. It's a 5. It's good.
Okay.
Stevie with her little nubby old legs is just gonna go bam.
With that,
Smash
crunch
open the driver door.
with that crunch noise, the driver door like buckles a little bit, but the window does smash.
Okay.
So you can now at least get out the window.
All right, everyone out. Come on.
I'll pick up the dog and take it out with us. Oh, yeah, you're coming with me.
The dog
Little
kind of
guy.
looks at you.
Okay, are we all doing a very awkward clambering through a window, like from the back seat?
It seems that's what was going to have
Okay.
to.
Kitty tries to make it as funny as possible, just to lighten the mood.
Since this pane of glass like still is like a little bit shattered, I'm going to ask you all to roll individually just to get out the car, just because it is dangerous. There is some danger involved, at least, and whether you're being patient or reckless is entirely up to you.
Okay. I know that Mother will be very angry with me if I tear my corduroys. So I'm going to, and I also don't want to trigger my asthma, so I'm going to get out very carefully.
Okay. You're going patient.
Yes. So I need a 5. Well, a 5 is my number. I patiently and slowly get out.
Roll under a 5. So you slowly kind of clamber out. You manage to avoid all the glass. You kind of like, where did we end up, Stevie? Where did we end up for a car?
You are in kind of like, I guess sort of like in an industrial estate where there are some coaches, maybe even tour buses.
Okay. Okay.
As an aside, it's just dawned on me, all of us rolling our 1 dice rolls. If we only get 1 successful dice, we scrape by and you are able to inflict complication, harm, or cost onto us.
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'm going to try and sort this all in. There's a lot of juggling going on.
Yeah.
As you know. So you arrive at this industrial estate. Terrence, as you kind of like clamber out through the like your corduroys are fine, but you notice your shirt's got a bit ripped.
Okay.
And your I'm gonna say your one chest hair.
Yeah.
It's no longer there. I'm sorry.
I spent years growing that.
I'm so sorry.
It'll grow back thicker next time, don't worry.
Yeah, well, yeah, but like,
Don't worry about it, Terence. I got loads.
You're donating.
but my nipple looks really lonely now.
That's an HR violation there, buddy. I'm gonna have to ask you to keep that kind of phrases to yourself in the future, if you don't mind. Sort of makes people at the office uncomfortable. We've spoken about this once already.
Sorry, Phil. I won't do it again, Phil.
Grand.
Thank you, Terence. Much appreciated.
JC or Rob, would you like to exit this car?
Yeah, watch this.
JC beautifully rolls under their number. So Kitty, you fail with massive aplomb. None of your dice succeed. You try to get out the car, but you feel some sort of like force kind of keeping you back. And you turn around and look, and you notice that the tiny weenie dachshund has got like a hold of your belt. And,
Oh, now that's funny.
Oh my god, this is so hilarious, guys! What a good doggo! As I'm scrambling, like my hands on the broken glass of the window.
Yeah. You can inflict some minor harm. So maybe your hands get scratched up quite a bit by trying to do this. Eventually, after mass persuasion, like you manage to persuade the dog to kind of let you get out the car. It takes quite a while though, and you all begin to think this is taking quite long. You wonder how far away Jeff Scott with the people mobile. Rob, aka Phil, are you getting out of the car?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm trying to be patient here. Let's see. Oh, I do a good job. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to be patient and I'm going to let the dog go out first. Sort of throwing the dog out the window. All right, you go, buddy. Be a good boy. Whoop. And he goes, and then I'm going to reach through the window and just try and open the door from the other side and then walk out like a normal human being.
Grand.
Oh, that's what we call lateral thinking, boy. And girls, sorry. Oh, God, I'm going to have to... Oh, no. Notes a little egg car violation for himself. All right. Yeah, anyways, he sort of steps out the car and closes the door behind him. Where are we going? How are we going to find my car?
Oh, well, follow me, lads and ladies. Follow me, lads. Let's go this way. And she is going to take you to the latex leopard tour bus that she happens to have keys for. That being said, we'll keep in with the you have also stolen a car, as in you've also stolen a tour bus, because she's, even though she's got the keys, she's technically not.
Well, now we've
meant to be
stolen two
driving
cars.
It's quite a lot. It's like quite a lot is happening, Dan. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, door goes, and she's like, right, everyone, come on, quick, jump.
Very quickly.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, good job.
Nate, how plush is this tour bus, or how stinky is this tour bus?
I mean, it's plush, but you could probably tell it was plush from back in the 1970s, which actually it's probably a little bit stinky.
Does it smell like a 3 a.m. Camden dive bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely. I've got that smell now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of leopard skin. There's a lot of tiger skin for coach covers.
Yellow windows.
Yeah.
Okay. You once you're kind of like into the van, you switch on the ignition and some screens pop on. Like there's like a TV screen. Maybe it's like an old CRT TV that's like wedged into the tour van somewhere.
Yeah.
That still just about works. And it pops onto BBC News or some other news that is maybe not the BBC, because I don't want to describe it. And in the news report, it says, now we have found that there's an American somehow at the BBC. Report just in, we have seen a car heading real fast to Birmingham, and they're going to the Bollywood region of Birmingham. We were last seen going super fast, and a big hairy man driving it. That's all we can probably get to you right now. News as and when it happens about this stolen car. This has been Chet McGee reporting for the BBC. Goodbye. And
that was
Right?
so funny.
Oh,
that was so
God.
funny how it just that just came on and told us what we need to know. I guess it's a slow news day.
Team huddle, real quick. Do we think little show of hands, if we don't mind, votes, or we can start on Miro board if you want. But is that my car that was on the news? What do we think?
Only one way to find out, and she's just going to throttle it.
how fast are you going to drive this car?
Yes.
It's Dan.
This van, 100 miles per hour.
You're being reckless.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say you've prepared for this quite a lot. Like not this particular moment, but like this.
Well, no, maybe this particular moment.
Yeah.
Maybe this particular moment. You are an expert, and you find out how it goes. So that's 3. But you can help each other. So I want to just like let you know that if you want to provide help, then do let me know, and it will give the player another D6 to help.
Is there a super old and crusty, like UK road maps, like map brochure in this tour bus? Like one of those really like unwieldy fold out ones.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
I will, obscuring your vision somewhat, navigate, help you navigate too. It's just like, well, if you don't fold it all the way out, then you can't see where all the B roads are.
You're only using B roads.
Yeah,
At 100 miles per hour.
Super fast. Only using B roads. Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
It's so faded, I can't
These days
tell.
are smart. Terrence knows what he's doing.
Right? It's so faded, I can't tell the difference between A, B, and motorways. Just, but no, I'm more than happy to help you with my navigating skills.
Dan, make a roll for me, and we'll find out if you succeed in helping.
Okay. How we're going quite quickly now, aren't we? Going quite quick. I feel like I don't really have the time to get my like navigator's compass out to like plot as I normally would. So I feel like I'm gonna have to do this recklessly rather than patiently. Also because you're turning too sharply and the map's going all... my vertigo's triggering. So can I say I'm definitely an expert. Thank you, Amy and Wes, for a £20 donation. An immediate complication.
I'll note that down.
Have you said in the YouTube, watch out for the chickens?
Oh, yes. Right, there are chickens. I would argue I'm an expert as I'm the navigator, the brainy navigator. I don't know if I'm prepared for this. Can anyone ever be truly prepared? I need a 5 or a 6. I get neither.
Okay. You don't get an extra dice for the driving, Nate. And it's it's not going to help you.
That's a map of mainland Europe you got. Why are you reading that for? That's not going to help you at all.
It's not going to help you at all. So you're still rolling 3 dice, Nate.
3 dice. Let's go.
I'll tell you why, Phil. Because it was only 51.4% of the vote. That's why. I still believe.
Okay.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. That's you're impatiently doing this. You're recklessly doing this.
Yeah.
So you are like all the way. You have 3 successes. Well done. It is a critical success. You gain some extra effects. I mean, you would if it wasn't for the complication.
Yeah.
You managed to find your way as swiftly as you can, like onto the nearest motorway and screaming down the motorway, trying to kind of like turn one way or the other. You see a large truck that's clucking, that's full of like feathers and stuff. And as you kind of swerve around this truck veers, and no chickens were hurt in this. I want that to be very, very clear. They all managed to kind of float out the top, and half of them land somehow. It's like 3 in through the windows. You've got the windows down.
Yeah, this tour bus has sunroofs. So
3.
And they're always open. They can't.
Yeah, they're always open.
Always open, guaranteed.
The dog is going mental.
The dog is going nuts. The chickens gang up on the dog. The dog is like, I'm not going to physically harm the dog, but the chickens are kind of like this, and the dog's like, ah! What do you do?
Oh no, Ruby, don't be going for them. No, and like trying to prep the dog. Oh, it's about conflict resolution. We can handle this.
Are you doing a performance review for the dog?
Trying to teach him a thing or two.
Sure.
I'm just leave them alone. It comes down to unconscious bias. Just because they're chickens and you're a dog, you don't have to fight. We don't have to hurt each other.
There's mayhem in the back of the bus. Would anybody like to help, or I can move on?
Kitty sounds like you're up.
Guys, why did the chickens cross the road? It's just like a joke.
It's like a joke, but it isn't a joke.
Just because we're in a really tough situation doesn't mean we can't laugh.
This is true. This is true.
Oh no, yeah. See, that's a good attitude. I like that.
I'm going to open the door of the tour bus and let the chickens out.
Okay. Usher them. Okay. That sounds risky. I'm going to give you 1d6 to see how it goes. Are you prepared?
No.
Are you an expert?
I mean, doors tend to open for me in my life.
Okay.
Whether I'm an expert or not, that's for you to decide.
I'm willing to do that. Are you being patient or reckless?
Reckless.
Okay. Please roll me 2 dice at least.
Chat's wanting to confirm if we're still going 100 miles an hour while we do this.
Yes.
Yes.
I was going to say I could help by slowing down, but no.
Not happening. Not happening. Okay. We have one. You're being reckless, right? Yes.
Mhm.
So we have one success and a happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. If you roll your exact number, which JC has just done, you get a special insight as to what's going on. You get to ask me a question, JC, and I'll answer you honestly. You can change whatever action you're trying to do.
Okay. Are you okay? Are you having fun? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for asking. I really appreciate that.
The door flies open.
Oh my God.
Greatest use of a question ever.
That is incredible.
Thank you, Stacey. Return for donation. We have a reroll failure in the tank.
Next failure will get re-rolled. Okay, right. Re-roll failure. I need to make notes, otherwise it will all go horribly wrong. Okay. As you kind of escort the chickens, and the chickens like flap to safety off to the hard shoulder, and then go into the brush. As you kind of like watch them, you notice them start pecking at some worms and stuff in the ground. So you think they're safe. You think they're okay.
It's a good job there's a hard shoulder, because there's not always one.
Exactly. You did a good job. You picked the right road, so you're doing well. You do notice as you kind of look back, this black, sleek vehicle with like writing all the way down it that just says, "Bigfoot is real. Bigfoot is real. Bigfoot is real." Like it's like all the way across this vehicle, and you get the feeling that this vehicle's following you.
Oh, it's a long name for a business, isn't it? I don't know, you shorten it or something, like, you know.
I mean, it catches your eye.
Or, I don't know. Well, I suppose so, yeah, but who's got time to read all that?
So you're on the motorway. You're driving 100 miles an hour, and you notice that signs for Birmingham are getting, like, the numbers for Birmingham are ticking down. 58 miles, 48 miles, 38 miles.
Guys, I'm trying to make light of the situation, but we are getting closer to Birmingham, so that's a bit of a down. It's okay, I can make those jokes because I have a grandma from Birmingham.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's
Hey, there we go. Yes, Phil.
you see, yeah, I can be cool.
Phil, you get a ping, and you've got an email, and as you kind of like boop on your mobile device, you see that you've got another HR complaint from one of your workers who's also from Birmingham, that says that you shouldn't be backing up that kind of jokes. So that's 2 HR
Oh no,
fails for you.
he's not wrong, you know. That's 2 strikes against me. Oh, jeez, I'm not going to get my annual bonus at this rate. Sorry, guys.
One more, you're out.
It's a very strict policy.
It's a very strict policy. What do? You're driving. You've got this car following you. You're pretty sure it's following you.
Are the windows like blacked out?
Yellowed out, more like,
No,
probably.
sorry, the black sleek car that's like following us. Is that like a tinted window affair?
Yeah. You can't see into the car that's following you. You can just see like all around. It's got like paw prints, a bit like these, and it's got scratch marks down the paintwork, like as if it's been attacked by Wolverine. They're real. As far as you're concerned, and just like the words painted on it, like in the world's scratchiest handwriting, Bigfoot is real.
Okay, I would like to, because like I spend a lot of time on Mumsnet.
Ooh.
And because like the good ideas, I've got some good ideas on how to make the world a better place, you know. And I will, like, seeing this vehicle, I'm going to see, like, I've heard of this vehicle. Like, I've heard reports of a blacked out vehicle with the core swipes and the paw prints. And I will take, I've got, like, big Coke bottle glasses, but they've also got those, like, flip down shade attachments.
Okay.
You're going to cool down mode.
Yeah, so I'm going to, no, it's just because bright lights dazzle me. It's UV filters, and in flipping that down, I'm hoping that I'll be able to see through the tint to see if I can confirm the identity of whoever's driving it, because I'm imagining. Like the reason that Mumsnet's been all about it is because I've heard that the biggest sort of like Bigfoot hunter on the British Isles is in fact Danny Dyer.
Okay.
And I want to see if Danny Dyer is the one driving this car.
Okay.
So
no idea how I'm going to rate this, but yeah, sure. I don't know how that's risky. That's the problem. However, I will make it risky.
What am I? Is it quite patient? I might have to hang out the side of the bus to.
That feels a little bit more reckless to me.
Doors open.
Yeah, doors open.
Doors open.
You can get the Dachshund to kind of hold on to your belt.
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll use the Dachshund as my grip as I flip down the glasses. I would argue. Because I spend so much time on Mumsnet, and you know I've researched this diligently, that I'm an expert and prepared.
Okay.
You are prepared to see Danny Dyer.
I'm always prepared to see Danny Dyer. I need 5 or 6.
Hey.
Nice.
It's Danny Dyer's birthday.
Happy birthday! So we've done that happy birthday one there and one there. Great. Terence, you got 2 successes out of that, right?
Yes.
2 successes. Okay, great. You succeed. You did well. Good job. Peering out the back of this van, you notice like up against the steering wheel like this is a more aged than you remember, but still very, fair looking, still kind of, wouldn't push him out of bed if he got in, was nice about it. You notice like at the wheel with a hat that says "Make Bigfoot Real Again" with a cap on.
Okay. Yeah.
There he is. I
mean, he does look older in the flesh. The years on Albert Street, Albert Square will do that to you.
Yeah. You do notice in there's a little cup well just right by the steering wheel that's also got like writing on it that just says Bigfoot is real. So everything about this is. You suspect Danny Dyer might be a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, he is one of the, if he's part of the Make Bigfoot Real Again, he is one of the leading Mubfra not skeptic proponents. So yeah, that's fair. And I will, upon seeing his grizzled features, press right up to the windscreen, because that makes it feel like you're going faster. I will involuntarily lick my lips. Oh, we've had another immediate complication, Chris. Not Bigfoot. Thank you, not Bigfoot.
Complication. And we've still got a failure at reroll in the bag. Okay, great. Cool. We can do that. We can make that happen.
Dan, how far away are we from witnessing you eating hot sauce?
160 pounds from hot sauce again.
As you're kind of like, Stevie, you notice as you're sort of like driving through, you notice that there are some very distinct tire tracks that have veered off the motorway that you've managed to like hone in on. You've managed to find that there are these distinct tire tracks that looks like a people carrier that have like burnt rubber and veered off out of the motorway. And you use your massive senses along with the navigation from Terence, kind of tracking these. You follow these tire tracks and you end up at University College, Birmingham, just outside Birmingham. And you notice as you kind of all get out the van and you like see this large banner that says "Welcome home, boys."
I'll point to that.
That's a little unsettling.
And girls. I'll nudge Phil.
And
Phil's already writing it down in his book. Oh, don't worry. They'll be getting a sternly worded email.
in the distance, you can see what looks like a party with people sort of like dancing and celebrating.
Okay.
Well, that looks like a party over there. I know because I've been invited to several in my lifetime. And yeah, if you, I think I think somebody else should maybe take the lead on this one, just because I don't want to, I'm a bit cooler than you guys. And yeah, anyways, I have work to do, and just starts tapping away on his phone.
Could it be that your friend's party moved without telling you? Could it be? Who knows?
Oh.
It is always a good idea to crash a stranger's party anyway. It's always a laugh, and they always love you for it. So I think we should just rock up.
That's fair.
And look, we're looking for a hirsute man that lives next door to Phil.
Oh yes. A group of office people crashing a university party. That's what they always love.
Guys, I'm just trying to make light of the situation.
Oh, I don't know. They could call it an experience day, couldn't they? It's like time in industry kind of thing. You can tack that up. That's worth some UCAS points, I'm sure.
With this, you approach the party. I'm not going to suggest, JC, you might be best at kind of trying to tackle this, being the wacky one. How do you open this conversation?
I work in events, so I know my way around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you get yourself into this party?
So is there like somebody at the door taking names? Is there like any, or can we just wander in?
It's an outdoor party.
Okay.
It's an outdoor party. Yeah. It's like, looks like it's taking place on the main green, and there's lots of people just like dancing.
If I may be so bold, I've got a fantastic kind of icebreaker that will let everyone filter in.
I don't want to know, but I want to know.
So I head over to the punch bowl, mandatory punch bowl, and then in a voice that is slightly louder than everyone else's, so it cuts. So the amazing thing about the Hadron Collider is, and I begin my 3-hour thesis.
From memory.
Filibuster.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All based purely on findings from Mumsnet.
Okay. Great. It sounds like you've prepared for this.
Yes.
It sounds like you're an expert.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm imagining there's like anime style camera switches. So when I adjust my glasses, there's just the sheen on the lenses. As I adopt. Yeah.
So it's definitely, so you get 1 dice as well on top of that. So if anybody wants to help, again, I'm just going to throw it out there. You can help if you want to. You don't have to. You're prepared. You're an expert. So that's 3d6. And are you being patient? All right.
I would like to whack in a. How many dice have you got right now, Dan?
3.
I think I'm on 3. Yeah.
Okay, then you'll be fine.
One cannot rush the theorem of the Hadron Collider. And
I don't know much about it, but I thought Russian was kind of the point. Like, doesn't it? You can go really fast, isn't it? Like,
that's
educate me. I'm open.
No, it's not Russian. No, it's built here in the UK. So I'm going to very meticulously go through my points because I don't want to rush it. I do have to verbally, provide all of my research sources. Kathy and Sandra and Mabel, although she's a bit of a red whiner, so two fails on a birthday. Oh no, wait, I'm being patient, aren't I? Two successes on a birthday.
So despite what you think, despite what everybody else thinks that this might happen, like, you seem to feel that this introduction is going really well, which is strange.
And when I start blowing bubbles in the punch to prove my point.
You notice in the background there is a face that you recognize that seems to be visiting the university. In the background, there's a sort of an Italian-looking young woman who, like, looks really good for their age, and you realize, you make this connection in your head. Oh my God, this is Fabiola Gianotti. This is one of the lead people of CERN, who basically debunks all of your theories. This
my
is the
nemesis.
This is the immediate complication.
Okay.
Amazing.
There is a CERN member attending this party. There is one of the directors of CERN. Sorry, Fabiola, if I've got your name wrong. I doubt you'll see this, but sorry.
Well, you never know. We've got wide reach.
Right.
My bubbles cannot even begin to stand up to Fabiola.
Not at all. She immediately debunks everything that's going on. Everybody turns, like, in unison, like there's like somebody's been playing the piano, then all of a sudden they stop and they realize what's going on. And somewhere in the background, you notice an incredibly hairy, large humanoid-ish. What do you do?
I'm going to say more like the Large Hadron Collider. Am I right?
Oh,
like
no, that's not allowed.
It's like if you read it wrong, it would say that. And I'm right next to like the CERN expert lady when I say that.
Great. It sounds like a risky move. She could take it either way. It sounds like you've prepared this joke. To me, it sounds like you've had.
Yeah, because I've listened to Terrence's Hadron Collider spiel enough.
More than once.
I'm like, yeah, it's not off the cuff.
It's not off the cuff. And obviously you're an expert.
So
do you want
humour,
to go for
yeah.
3? Okay.
But,
Double happy
2
birthday
birthdays.
and a success. Oh God. I'm waiting for a failure to be a reroll. That's the thing. So with your with your success, she turns around and gives you like a little wink, a little pat on the butt.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not in that one. HR will have a field day.
And then she looks pretty pleased with that joke.
you can take that one back to Switzerland and use it. And I'm sure everyone in the office is gonna love you. You and me, corporate girlies forever.
She actively writes it down in the book, in this little notebook, and writes down. And she turns to you. She says, "What is your name, my dear?"
I'm Kitty.
Kitty. Okay.
Oh my god.
Make sure that I just don't credit you for that. So that's that's the pain. That's the complication that I'm going to inflict on you. You don't get credit for your own joke. She's just going to take it.
Well, that's the world of science or whatever, I guess. It's just full of crooks and criminals.
It's really hard for that kind of thing.
I'm gonna try and wander over to her while this is going on, and just in like the worst Italian you've ever heard. Oh, hey, yeah, mi dispatchi arce tonto, aber we must gain. Because sort of gesture to the group that possibly either Bigfoot or Danny Dyer. I can't really see without my reading glasses, but one of them's over there. I suggest we go nab them, you know, because or maybe it was my neighbour. I can't remember his name. It's been a long day. I've had a few wines, but somewhere there. Anyways, we should nab him.
Just at that moment, as you're announcing that,
I get to ask you a question, Chris. It's a real one this time.
Yes, you do.
Who are the boys? It said "Welcome home, boys" on the banner. Where are they at?
Where they?
Where them boys?
You assume you know that one of them is there. You assume that one of them is the person that you've been chasing. The other boy, you figure out somewhere in the crowd, you see your friend whose birthday it is.
Oh.
Maybe they're related. Who knows? And just at that moment, as Phil is integrating with the rest of the group, this black, sleek car pulls into the driveway and kind of does this kind of slide turn, and out pops Danny Dyer, looking menacing. He's got his hat on.
The crushed, spirit crushed by Fabiola. I can only imagine that Danny Dyer is here to tongue each and every one of us.
Yeah, I was going to say Stevie is overthrown with lust and just recklessly heads straight for Danny Dyer to get a good old group of him.
Okay. He gets this.
Oh, I'm going to need another notebook at this rate.
I'm a contractor, it's fine. I'm not bringing up to HR.
Oh, not for bloody long, mate.
So it sounds like that you're doing something risky. You're attempting to grope Danny Dyer. Again, sorry, Danny, if you're watching this. We apologize. We love you, probably. Have you prepared for this? Has Stevie
All my
prepared?
life.
Are you an expert? I don't want to ask this question, but are you an expert in groping?
Would you say that being smooth is...
You have been around a rock band since the 1970s.
Yeah. You've had several HR things filed against you, but like rock bands don't do HR, so that's fine. I need one of you to fail. I need one of you to do.
Please,
We're
please.
just min-maxers. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We've min-maxed Bigfoot stole my car.
It's fine.
So
If not, we will roll over the failure until next game. Basically, that's what we'll do.
Basically, Nate, depending on how you do on this, Danny Dyer will either tongue you or slag you. It'll be one of the two.
Either way, I love it. 3, rolling 3.
Yeah, rolling 3 by the sounds of it. Okay.
You got a happy birthday in that.
You got a happy birthday. And then you're doing this recklessly, so you got 2 successes and a happy birthday. What is your question, Nate?
What colour are his eyes?
They're blue, I know.
Then takes the shades off.
Question. You've already said about the boys. Like, can we also, like, how we can't see the friend? Do we just get? Oh no, we've seen the friend.
Yeah. You've seen the friend. The friend is somewhere in the crowd, as well as this very large, hairy humanoid person.
Who is closer to the people carrier? Can we see the people carrier?
The large humanoid, I would say.
The large humanoid is close. Yeah, cool.
And
Who's
yes,
been stood very patiently, I might add.
as you run full sprint up towards Danny Dyer, he's just about to take his shades off. You bundle him to try and get round the back like as fast as possible.
Like a squat little spider monkey.
You bundle down. It's at that very moment that you hear this almighty roar from the background. And you notice both this large humanoid kind of tag your friend with like this massive high five, and both of them come running towards you.
I saw it first.
Danny Dyer falls to the floor. Your friend then jumps on top. Then this large, hairy humanoid being jumps on top.
Just real quick, Danny Dyer has donated £20 for an immediate complication.
He explodes.
Can the complication be that Danny Dyer's wife, Danny Dyer, comes?
From underneath this, you hear this, "Get off me, you slag! Get off me, you slag!"
Just like he's in the room.
He mutates.
And at that point, he kind of like transforms, his whole body kind of like morphs and turns into this mechanoid human being with
Mecha Dyer.
Make Bigfoot real again. He's like, "Now I finally got you, you slag. Right, you're coming with me. You, the hairy one. You're my proof. Everybody says I'm mad, but I'm not. I'm really not mad. I tell you, I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. You'll come with me. You. You're all in this conspiracy together. You'll get in the van. All of you, get in the van." What do you do?
We've just had another donation from CERN. 3 re-rolls for Chris to use. £5.
They do important work. Yeah,
They do important work. So the next three successes must be re-rolled, Chris.
Okay, great. 3 success re-rolls.
So we've still got that 1 failure re-roll
Yeah, I'm hanging on to that.
and
That might
3
be
success
useful.
re-rolls.
How long we got then? Just to remind me.
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Great. With this kind of like massive mechanoid now, also with this branding all over it, with this Danny Dyer head, just larger but mecha Danny Dyer. You think you don't really know how this works. You see the CERN lady look and go, I make notes. What do you do?
What do we do?
What do you do?
Do we have a
turn-
choice?
I'm going to go to the table where the punch was and then grab the punch bowl. And with the punch still in, I'm going to try and throw it at Mecha Danny Dyer.
Yes. Okay.
Roll initiative.
Different game. Yes. Okay, great. This sounds risky. This could go all sorts of horribly wrong.
It does. I would like to say that I am prepared for this because I've taken many a course. I've taken many a course in conflict resolution. And although this situation has never come up, I think that here violence might be the answer.
Okay, great. And it sounds like you're possibly an expert, but it also sounds like you're being quite reckless.
Oh, I'm being very reckless.
So you want to try and roll over your number. This is going to be tricky.
2 failures.
2 failures. You can re-roll one of those failures.
Alrighty. 3 failures.
With all of that failure, you pick up
I throw the punch bowl at our friend.
you pick up the punch bowl, and instead of throwing it, you get the overwhelming urge just to down it. Trying to prove how cool you are, like trying to prove that you can have fun outside of the work environment. You get this overwhelming urge just to down as much of this as you can, which means you are now paralytic drunk.
Oh, woo! Half Day Friday! Let's go!
This was not like your normal hooch. This was like super powered university style, like punch.
Birmingham style.
Screw the company! And he just like rips his shirt off over his head.
Tie around the forehead like a bandana.
Yeah.
Emails going off in your pocket. Bing, bing, bing. Like HR violations all over the place.
I'm emailing back like, lol, screw yous!
At that point in time, this large, hairy humanoid being, which has been thrown off of Danny Dyer, and your friend. Do we have a name for the friend?
Sam.
Dan?
Sam.
Sam.
Sam Squatch, yeah.
Damn Sam. Sam Squatch. Yeah, Sam Squatch, who you also realize was quite a hairy person themselves. You think that they might be related? And you see Sam kind of look up at Bigfoot and go, "Let's get him, Dad." Bigfoot, like this large, hairy humanoid being, goes, "Roar!" Does this massive roar, and starts to kind of approach the mecha, Danny Dyer. How are you going to take him down? You've not got long.
I'm happy to go into a real like savant state, like hangover style, and just like close my eyes, flip down the shades on the UV filters on the shades, and then like just see the world. The second pair. Yes. And then just see the world as integers, angles, trajectories, and so hang on. Phil has just swallowed the bowl of punch, but presumably the punch bowl is still in hand, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to take that, and then in an effort to prove Fabiola from CERN wrong, I'm going to use the power of trigonometry to try and launch the punch bowl in a manner similar to that of the Hadron Collider, which is situated in the UK. Sheffield, I hear.
Sheffield. Famously
in Sheffield. I feel like the blood is pumping, so I cannot argue that this is patient.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm prepared, and I can't say that I'm an expert at violence.
You are an expert at trigonometry.
You are an expert. John.
I'm an expert in trigonometry. This is very true. Trigonometry, the famously used all the time in accounting.
And you can have one of your friends help if you want.
I can have one of my friends help. Who would like to aid me in building a literal, a person-made Hadron Collider?
Oh yeah, I will.
Okay. Maybe it's just like a glorified slingshot. So
Phil just undoes the tie from his head and ties it around. Yeah, get him with it. Go on.
Okay.
Phil, can you roll me just 1d6? I just
Yes.
want to see if you help or not.
Yes. Please bear in mind that we re-roll the next 3 successes.
Yeah.
Nah, not really. I'm pissed. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
Give me promotions out the window, but screw it.
Phil's not helping.
Phil is not helping. Phil is asleep. Okay. You know what? I don't need Phil. I do need Phil. We need to do my 1-to-1 when we go back on Monday. But 2 dice?
2 dice.
2 dice slingshot Hadron Collider? I need a 5. I need a 6 to succeed. Okay.
Do you want to re-roll that success, Dan?
No, but yeah.
That's better.
It is disastrous. I see everything as I expect it to, and then reality catches up.
As you go to launch the bowl from your hands, you realize that all those years ago, all that time you spent trying to throw things in the playground. It lands maybe 12 inches, maybe 30 centimeters away from where you started. It smashes into a million pieces. At that point in time, the Dachshund sausage dog appears at the side of your leg and does a little wee.
Amazing.
And it looks up
Terence,
at
I know
you.
you're having a hard time here, Terence. I don't want to ruin your day, but Fabiola is she's laughing at you, buddy. She's herself.
Fabiola's definitely a please.
Kitty stops taking the video of the dog pissing on Terence's leg. And she notices that the Mecha Danny Dyer has like a utility belt. And she goes to the dog and says, "Ruby, get his belt and pull his trousers down."
Is what you hear from the dog. You are trying to persuade this dog. I would like you to roll 1d6 to see what happens. I don't think this is something you're prepared for. You might be an expert. No. Okay. Just the 1 dice, unless somebody else wants to help.
I mean, I'm out for the count. Fabiola has crushed me twice within minutes. So,
and we'll say it's reckless, so it needs to be above 2.
It is above 2. Well done, JC. Do you want to re-roll that?
I mean, what are the odds it could fail?
To the person who gave me those
I'll tell you what,
re-rolls.
Kitty, that is funny.
Who gave me those re-rolls. Thank you.
I'm just trying to create some humor in the situation so we can look back on it and laugh. Okay?
Oh, you're doing a great job. I'm having a great time. Best party I've ever been invited to. I mean, it is the only party I've been invited to, but I'm loving it.
You have a little one-to-one with this dog, and this dog kind of looks at you. Woof. And plods off, finds the nearest bowl of snacks and just buries its head in it. It's like snaffling all of the Wotsits which are available. They're probably not healthy for dogs. Don't feed your dogs Wotsits, everybody. And it completely avoids all of the smashed glass. Of course, we don't want to hurt dogs. We pan the camera back round to find out what has happened to Stevie once Stevie got thrown off.
Stevie would like to try the one thing that no one else has tried, and that's just to talk to Danny Dyer. Why is he so angry at Bigfoots? Which I feel like is going to be a patient role, because I feel like you have to be incredibly patient during this. Which
It's very against Stevie's kind of norm. Okay. Have you prepared for this?
No, probably not.
You're probably not an expert either.
Could I use smooth as a...
You are smooth, just like generally. Yeah, I suppose, yeah. You could use more smooth expertise. Yeah, okay. Roll me 2 dice.
Okay. I have to get a 2 or under. No. Anyone want to whack in a £10? No.
I feel like there's a reason no one's tried talking to Danny Dyer.
I won't use my last re-roll just yet. I will just hold on to that just for one more time. Do you have this? Tell me how this conversation goes, Nate. Tell me like what you say in this conversation.
How tall is Danny Dyer at the moment?
He's a good like 12 feet, so he's probably like
I was gonna say whatever Stevie says, he's probably not gonna hear because she's like 4'5".
Yeah.
And all like Danny Dyer's just looking around, and all he can see is.
It is at that point that you, like, as you're trying to have this conversation, you notice that this large, hairy humanoid has kind of gathered as much as he can from around the party and is carrying on him one squishy Rubik's Cube, a large box that says you dropped your gay card, a ticket that is ready for, that says somewhere on it latex leopard in like the worst font you could ever have, and a batch of corporate bed sheets. He's brought all of the presents back out to the party, puts them all on the floor, and he just looks at them and goes like, ugh. And Sam's like, yeah, right, Dad. I get it. They didn't provide anything useful at all.
I don't think Bigfoot knows
hey, I don't know. That one there
is gay.
Say that again, Rob.
So that's my bad.
Yeah.
No, I was just fucking around.
Fair. You're embodying Phil. You've got all the presents. Sam's there. Bigfoot is there. Mecha Danny Dyer is there. Stevie's been no help at all. Like negative help.
Stevie's going to look up, realise that her words have not gone like, well, I tried. And she's going to get back in the tour bus and try and ram Danny Dyer with the tour bus.
That's more like it. That's more like the Stevie I know. That's definitely reckless. That's definitely you're an expert, probably. Yeah. I don't know if you're prepared.
Oh, I'm always prepared to ram something with my bus, I feel like. Okay. I'm always prepared to ram Danny Dyer.
Oh dear.
Okay. This has gone very downhill very quickly. So we are like 3 dice, I think. 3 dice. 3 dice reckless.
Can I distract Danny Dyer to help?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll me 1 dice to help? Are you being patient to help, or are you being reckless to help?
I'm being reckless, and I'm saying, I really like the movies that you make about football hooligans, not.
The deep cut. The deep cut.
And that's happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday! You get to ask me a question. What is the question?
Is Sam's dad really Bigfoot, or is he just particularly hairy man?
They're related.
It doesn't
Definitely.
answer my question, but
Yeah, it's his dad. It's his dad for sure. It's definitely his dad. You can tell there's specific facial features. You're like, yeah, this has to be genetic. This can't be anything else.
I mean, the hairy nose is kind of a bit of a giveaway, to be honest.
I side glance you as I discreetly cover my own nostrils.
That sounds like you've got an extra dice there, Nate. Do you want to roll me 4 dice reckless?
Nice. Got a 1, a 3, and a 6.
Okay. And reckless, you are trying to roll under your number? I always
Over
get this
my
wrong.
number. So
Oh, you're trying to
over
roll over your number. Okay, great. So you got 2 unders, 1 over, 2
We have
overs,
one final success reroll.
1 final success reroll. Do it. Give me 1 more reroll, Nate. Let's see if we can make one of those successes go away.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! So, with your 1 success, would you like to ask me the question first?
If I hit Danny, well, I am going to hit Danny Dyer.
You are going to hit him.
Huh?
You are going to hit him.
I'm going to hit him. Which facility in the university is he going to crash into?
I feel like it has to be the science lab.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like there's no other place it could be. I don't know if this
Anthropology,
university
maybe.
has a science lab.
It's the explosive materials department.
Yeah.
Rather than the food hall.
Yes.
The local
That's next door.
That's next door to the food hall.
What do you think they use the chemicals for?
Distracted by this deep cut delivered by Kitty, you jump in the van, you head headlong into Danny Dyer, you knock him and he goes sailing through the atmosphere and then crashes into part of the building, and you can see Fabiola from CERN making a few more notes. Okay. Maybe like working out what the trigonometry, what the power to weight ratio was. Again, sorry, Fabiola, if you're more clever than this. I'm sorry. I didn't really know about you at all. I Googled you. So you notice that there, and there is a crash down the and you kind of notice, like, kind of as there's servers and the whining kind of wears down, a large crevice kind of opens up and out pops, like from the wreckage, a smaller human Danny Dyer. He's smaller than you remember. And you think, how does this really work? Was he a small person in a bigger Danny Dyer suit that's in a mecha suit, transformer? You don't know.
So Matryoshka Dyer.
Sanitize all the for sure.
And you think maybe this is where he's been spending his money all along. I'm just creating the ultimate mecha within a mecha, so you can do multiple films at the same time. Puts his hands on his hips. All right, you slags. You've had your fun. I've tried to tell you. I'll try to tell you again. We've got to make Bigfoot real. And I think you've just done that. I can't thank you enough for turning me into the person that I will be in a few weeks' time. With that, he kind of tries to skitter underneath the mecha and tries to hide. Do you do anything?
I think perhaps. Sorry, where are the birthday presents at this present moment in time?
They
They're
have
being held by our good friend Sam Squatch.
Yeah, they've just been dropped at the foot of Sam Squatch and his dad, Mr. Squatch.
Okay. What are our thoughts? What are our general feelings on Mr. Dyer and all the hassle he's caused us? Which, thinking about it, isn't actually any hassle at all, really.
Stevie's not that interested now that he's not as tall as her.
Yeah. He's not the 5'11" you expected him to be.
Yeah, exactly.
He seems quite sad, like there's something missing in his life.
Yeah.
Perhaps then I look to Kitty and I look to Rob, and with the essence of team building welling in our chests, perhaps we should get Mini Dyer a friend, and I'd like to retrieve my squishy Rubik's Cube from Sam Squatch, and then I would like to look over to our Dashant friend. I can't remember his name. What's the dog's name? Ruby. And I'll fetch gal, and I'll throw the squishy Rubik's Cube at Danny Dyer, to encourage the Dachshund to go over and hope that that Ruby doesn't see Mini Danny Dyer as a snack.
Schnackle! Are you being patient or are you being reckless?
I mean,
it's hard, right?
I mean, I'm desperately trying to think of a reason that I could classify this as patient. But I think it might just have to be reckless.
Okay.
Because of his size, he is Dachshund, like snack sized, right? So I would argue that my brainies will help me. I can navigate the trajectory of the Rubik's Cube and then use my brains to calculate all the angles. So I'd like to argue. I'm not prepared for it, but I would like to argue 2 dice.
2 dice, reckless.
I need a 5 and or 6.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! And my question I would like to ask is, what does Danny Dyer taste like?
Lemons.
As you notice that Ruby has like nothing but what's it dust kind of like around her mouth, just like kind of like feral on what's it dust. She kind of like looks up at you and then goes tearing after the ball, goes screaming straight past the ball and grabs hold of Danny Dyer and drags him out of the wreckage.
Oh, look, they look so friendly. Oh no. Oh, wait. Oh, help.
There's
No, Ruby. No.
so much blood.
Ruby, down. Down, Ruby.
For a tiny human being, there's too much blood, really.
Yes, he sounds like a squeaky toy. Stop.
Yeah. Every time he's being bitten, he's like slag. Just nothing but that, like all the time, and you just see the dog going crazy on it. Eventually, the chaos dies down and the dust settles, and you're still stood in a garden with a bunch of students and your friend Sam and his dad. A Bigfoot? And Sam looks down at the rest of the presents and he's just like, oh, I guess the cube is from you, right, Terrence?
Yes. It's got some blood on it, though, now.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thanks, I guess. And let me figure this out. Ticket. Oh, Stevie, cheers. Thanks for that. I just dropped some hints. You didn't have to.
Nah.
And there's two. I can take my dad.
Yeah, take your dad.
Oh yeah. Oh, Dad will love that. And you hear this. You notice somewhere on, like, underneath the fur on the bicep, as the bicep flexes, there's a there's a leopard's tattoo.
Yeah.
There's, like, the logo tattooed on the bicep, like a deep underneath the fur.
How did Sam become a fan? Exactly.
How did Sam become a fan? And then he picks up the card game. And he's like, "Oh, this has got to be you, Kitty."
I knew you'd find it funny.
Oh.
Also, have a conversation with your dad.
He's like, yeah. I'll get round to that. Thanks. I'll just put that to one side. And then he picks up the corporate bed sheets. They got like a little bit of a rip in them. And he turns to Phil and he's like, "Oh, cheers, Phil, I guess."
Phil's got a Bacardi Breezer in each hand and is currently just urinating on the fence. I'm off the clock, baby! What's that? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, crack on, mate. Woo!
And I turn to some of the students and I'm like, these are the best days of your life and you need to cherish them.
You hear this cheer go up from the rest of the crowd. You notice Fabiola's been picked up like by like this person, like sat on her shoulders, and like she's like enjoying the ride, just like being paraded around. And with that, we bring our kind of adventure to a close as we found out that that Bigfoot was being chased by Danny Dyer, the conspiracy theorist, and all he was trying to do was just go and have a party like with his son. And it ends as a beautiful kind of closing in on the screen, and the lights on the people carrier just blink kind of on and off, and everybody's like standing, throwing shapes to the music that is around. And that's it. Bam! We did it. Thank you guys for all of your donations. That was wonderful. I'm sorry if I didn't warrant them all, but like I did the best that I can. It's a really hard game.
You did great,
to
Chris.
eventually.
Well done.
Thank you to
Great
Dan.
game.
Thank you to Nate. Thank you to Rob. Thank you to JC for taking part. This has been, oh dang, Bigfoot stole my car with my friend's birthday presents in it. This has been a stream for Gaming for Good, in courtesy and for 1625 Independent People, a charity who helps young people get out of homelessness, something which is terrible and affects them. Is an organization I work for. None of the things that I've done represent the organization, but I represent the organization. I will pass back to Dan. I think we're going on a break, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are indeed. Yes, thank you everyone for watching and participating, and most importantly donating. We are chugging along to the next goal at £500. I will do a shot of hot sauce and I will regret all of my decisions up until this point. So not looking forward to that, but you lot can. We are going to go on a quick break at 3:45. We will go into our fourth game, One Honk Before Midnight. That's going to be arguably even more calamitous and chaotic than this. So you should definitely stick around for that if you've got the time. Yeah, thank you, Chris, for running. Thank you, everyone else, for playing.
A pleasure.
We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.